All right, guys, I am back, and this is week, oh gosh, what is it? Week 7, episode 1. Holy cow, can you believe it already? I say that every week, but yeah. So we're gonna make the ephemera for this one, and we're doing it very similar to that we did last year. It's just a little piece, so when we glue it down, we'll glue it into pocket, right? And then this will slip behind there, and then the pad of paper kind of sits like that, and it closes that up without any like paper clip or anything like that. And then we open it up and we have some cute little cards that they can be journaled on in the back. And then of course right here and right here can be journaled on. So let's go ahead and make these. So most of those pockets are 3 inches. And so I've cut the backing paper for the, pad of paper. Oh, and I didn't back this because it can also be journaled on when you pull it out. So I cut those like 2.5, and these strips of paper are just under 2.5, and then these are 2 3/4 by 3, right? 2 3/4, no, 2.5, just over 2.5 by 3 1/4. So it just gives you a ballpark of what we're working with. Of course, your pockets may be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, whichever. And then I just did paper punches. This one is a Hobby Lobby punch, like Hobby Lobby brand, like I think it's the Paper Studio. And then this one is an EK Success one. I don't know if it's still available. I think it probably is. All right, so I just kind of gauge. I don't actually measure down, but you want about an inch. So yeah, these are super simple. Don't think too much about it. And then I just take 2 pieces of just regular paper. Mine just happens to be the cream color. I'm gonna fold it directly in half. So it usually works better if you just lay it down to do in half, but and then before we staple, I ink the bottom pieces, obviously. And then we just slip it together like so. Lining it up as best you can. And then I use my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And then I'm just gonna make them all, and then we'll put the stamp on it. And like I said, you can go pretty much any size down, because these are 6 by like 2.5. So, or 2 3/4. Is it 2 3/4? Nope, 2.5. I was right the first time. See what happens when I start second guessing myself? Yeah, so I hope you guys are all doing well. Last week was another good week at work. I just got, I was supposed to go to second shift here in a couple of weeks, and I think I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. I went down a little bit further than I probably would have liked it, but we're good. Oh, shoot. All right. Sometimes that happens. So there is a way to fix it if you've put your staples up high enough. Anyway, so yeah, I was supposed to go to second shift, which would have been like 3 to like 2 o'clock in the morning, which I was fine with because, you know, my schedule's kind of my own these days. And I can, you know, pretty much work anything around it. And so, they want me to stay on first shift. I think I just fit the team better at the first shift thing, so they offered it to me. So I'm going to be doing the Monday through Friday 7 to 3:30 shift still. So yeah, I mean, like it's awesome that I won't have to be driving at night. Like I said, I didn't mind doing the second shift at all. But yeah, they're getting ready to hire some more people, and so they gave me, you know, first dibs on it if that's what I wanted, and so it ends up working out really well. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. All right, so I'm going to stamp all 3 of these, like obviously not all at once, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say, right? And this is one of the stamps in Lorna's kit. And And somebody asked in one of my comments on a video, I wasn't really sure what they were talking about specifically. If it's like a printed paper, it's usually a kit and usually can be found in the Etsy shop that I list below. If it's something like these stamp kits and like the stencils that I've been using, let me see if I can grab them really quick. Hold on. Like these stamp kits here. These are also made by Lorna, but they come in kits. And those are in the description box. If you kind of look down the line, there's not her shop, but there's other, like, I think stampbook.com might be one of them, but there's a bunch of stores listed. And so if you click those links, if they still have them in stock, then these will pop up as one of the first things you see. So chances are, if it's not a first, like, that's not like the first thing you see, then chances are that particular dealer is out. It's very similar to like if you were to buy like a kit like off of Amazon or something like that. That's what these are. But when I show you, let's see, I don't know where my Lorna stamp box is. Let's see if I've got one handy up here. I don't think that I do. Anyways, they typically have the gray back and they're kind of spongy. Like it's obviously a rubber stamp, but it's got kind of sponge in it. It's not a cling. I mean, they still cling, but they're not, oh gosh, I can't think of the right words. I'm butchering it. I know. Sorry, Lorna. But anyways, those are ones that you can find in her Etsy shop. Or like if it's a printable paper, like a graphic paper, that's where you can find like in her Etsy shop. But if it's paper that she's designed like this, that's part of the kit, that would be the stores listed below. I hope that answers the question, because I followed the links the other day just to make sure that whatever I was doing was like leading it back to where, like, what you could find there, and it is. I didn't see any of the kits available, but yeah, it would have taken you right to it if they still had it. So then printed paper. When I print out my graphics, it's the Pen Pal, and I watched the video again and realized I didn't actually tell you the brand. Okay, or I told you the brand, but not the kind. Okay, so it's the Pen Pal at Walmart, and it's got the red, like, scoop stuff. Give me 2 seconds. I'll go grab the packaging. Okay, so this is the one that it is, and I'll do this, like I'll flip it over. It's the Premium Bright Inkjet and Laser Jet paper, and it's 24-pound weight. I like this one. This is the one I do all my coffee dyeing on. I print on it, that sort of thing. Here, it's a Walmart brand, and I'm hoping the camera will pick that up and that it's not glaring on you. But anyways, that's what I have found. That's what I like. For me, I know some people use really expensive stuff and some use the thinner papers, especially since COVID and like supply chain issues. I found the paper I used to use, which was like the copy paper at Walmart, was good, and now it's like really thin. So I changed to that one. It is a little bit more spendy. It's about $10 a ream. The last time I bought it, which again, it could have went up since then too. But it prints nice. It dyes well. It doesn't kind of like disintegrate like some do. It doesn't tend to warp as much with the coffee dyeing. So overall, it seems to be a good multi-purpose paper. That's what I use. So I'm sorry I didn't understand the question. I hope that answers it. Oh, and it doesn't seem to jam up in the printer. Like I've used really expensive paper before and it always seems to jam up. So it's another reason why I use it, because it's not as thick as like some of the other expensive papers. And also keep in mind, I print a lot. Like I'm on my 3rd Epson printer in 5 years. So it's a lot. At least I think it is. So yeah, there's that. Trying to think what other housekeeping questions I've had. Very shortly, I try at least once a year to do my favorite tools to use, like basic tools, especially if you're just getting started in journaling. I know that can help because, you know, a lot of different crafters use a lot of different things, but I try to give you a really basic rundown of what I use consistently so that you're not spending a ton of money getting into these. And also keep in mind, you can always go to thrift stores because 9 times out of 10, they'll have like a scrapbooking crafty type section. So I know I've bought stuff there before. I think I bought some stamps there a while back. I don't know where you are in the world, but like we have a store called Habitat, and a lot of times I can find a lot of stuff at Habitat without it being like crazy priced, right? So all that to say, yeah, I would highly recommend that. You don't need a ton actually. And you know what might be another fun kind of during that video, I might go ahead and do like the recycled items that I've used that I, you know, like coffee filters. And I don't know if well, I mean, you could, if you just dumped your grounds into the trash and kept your coffee filters, that would actually probably be a really nice little craft, right? They make really great pockets. And then from there, you can always stamp on them. You can draw on them. Pretty much anything. Oatmeal packets, cereal boxes, of course, those make the best covers. Pizza boxes. A lot of my, when I first started doing journaling, I was in love with this pizza. It was like a garlic chicken pizza that we have Safeway here. I don't know what it might be across the country, but it was one of their signature select ones. But like with everything, I burnt myself and the kids out on it because as like the divorce was happening, that was one of the things that I could cook quickly when I got home from work and they got home from school and work and stuff. So I don't really have those boxes anymore. And I used to eat the Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowls all the time, but more expensive everything gets, the less we can afford all of that extra stuff, right? I'm now cooking more like not the bowls, like, you know, trying to conserve. All right. So yeah, let's see what else. I mean, maybe I'm just doing the video now while you're watching me put these together real quick. Dryer sheets, after they've been used, very good for crafting. You can do lots of things with a dryer sheet actually, and they hold dye really well. I've dyed green and red. That was one of the things we used a couple years ago as a layering piece, instead of buying a bunch of like gauze and then layering, you know, dyeing that and layering it and that sort of thing. Because that used to be kind of the rage, is to back like words and labels and stuff with like different colored gauzes. Maybe we should bring that trend back because I really liked it. It just puts a nice little spin to it. Oh gosh, what else can we use? Labeling, right? Like tags off of clothing. I have like 8 sitting over here that were interesting that I kept over the course of the last year. So yeah, I mean, I don't remember what this New Balance was all about, like what it was, but one of the kids bought something. And yeah, so shoe boxes, right? If you can't use them in your crafts, then obviously storing it is a good idea, right? Regular boxes. Amy, a crafty cat, makes a really cool journal using cardboard, like as like the whole journal cover. That's pretty cool. And then she does this cool thing with like book page across the top of it. It's been a while, I think, since I've been able to watch a video of hers, but she made one of those journals probably like 2 Christmases ago, I think. That one was pretty cool. Yeah, so don't discount your junk. You know, at some point, it'll just start coming naturally to you on what you know, what to do and what to save. I will preface this too. Only save what you think you're going to use, right? Because there for a while, I was saving everything. And I can tell you I've gotten rid of a lot, like recycled a lot, because I realized that there's no way I'm going to end up using all of it. Oh boy. Yeah, so everything at work this week kind of settled down, and we're all kind of getting into like a groove of how we all kind of like work together, which is super exciting. So, and it will be fun to work with these guys like all the time. And it's kind of different than any other quality room I've ever worked in, right? Like the quality engineers in there. There's another, I don't remember what one of the other ones, like kind of what his exact title is, but then the supervisor's right there. The manager's upstairs, but, and then the, inspectors are, you know, running the machines and stuff. It's kind of an interesting setup, and so far I really like the guys. They're all very smart men, and so yeah. Anywho, I'm learning a lot. That's one of the things I told him on Friday. I was like, I feel like, I mean, staying on first shift will ultimately help, right, in the whole education, because there's a lot to learn, right? And I still feel like I'm a toddler, right? Just learning how to walk in this whole environment. It's been a fun, challenging walk, but still. But yeah, I don't know what else to really talk about. Really, like, life just is kind of going on a really nice, even flow. Got to dinner with friends a couple of times, and I'm trying to do that weekly and keep myself busy throughout the week too. So yeah, I mean, I think life is just kind of really settling into a really nice pattern, and I'm here for it. I like it. Locally, I've made some really great friends, so it was a fun summer, but I'm kind of ready. I guess I'm not ready for the cold, but I am definitely ready for my little bit slower paced life. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I enjoyed it, but your girl's not really one that goes and goes and goes and goes. We are going to the races this next weekend, so that'll be another outing, but yeah. This old girl gets tired quickly. It gets past her bedtime a lot. Like, come on, guys. All right, so that is that for completed pockets and ephemera. Here we go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and we will just see you in the next video. Bye.